Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So if you're an empty nester and just learning how to become an empty nester, I do hope you'll listen to this video to the end, and also like and subscribe my channel if you want to share it with others. I'd appreciate that. So it's about embracing the ups and downs and the emotions of becoming an empty nester. So it's that first day that your young adult child moves out of the house. You look around and the house is so empty. You even miss the dirty socks and the loud music upstairs, and maybe even the dirty dishes that they left in the sink. You're lonely and you're sad and you're filled with so many emotions and those bittersweet memories. So it is a roller coaster of emotions when you are an empty nester. Your child is now on their own to explore their new horizons, trying to hold back tears. It starts to sink in that you too are beginning a new chapter of your life. So as those on and off tears catch you off guard a little bit, you wonder how you're going to be able to adapt to the house being so lonely, how you'll navigate this new stage of your life, and how you're going to begin a new meaningful life without your children around. So on one hand, you're filled with pride for the job well done on both parts. You're proud of their growth and their independence. And on the other hand, you have this overwhelming sense of loss that creeps in as you're now challenged to adjust to the quiet house and the absence of their daily presence. So FYI, that roller coaster of emotions that you're experiencing is perfectly normal, as it is with any other life transition. So you're not alone, because 25% of parents experience some form of what's called empty nest syndrome. So here are a couple of those symptoms. It's about navigating a new chapter of your life. So the first one is loss of meaning. Suddenly you're not needed as much as you once were, at least not in the same way. Second is you have a loss of identity. Your child has become, was for many years, the primary focus of your life. You fed them, you drove them to school, you picked them up for after-school activities. You formed friendships with their friends and also with their friends' families. So you're going to miss that connection because it was a critical part of your life and it became part of who you are. That's gone now too. So it's time to move on. Your child is now launched. They're on their own, making their own decisions, some good, some bad, and that scares you. You're no longer in control of any of that like you once were. So you worry. So suddenly you're also alone, and alone with your partner. In addition to the emotions and the stress related to launching your adult child, you now find that you're suddenly alone together. And that puts another kind of stress on your relationship because your life has revolved around the kids and their schedules for so long. Now it's time for you to shift your focus towards each other, rebuild that relationship as a couple. So while you might be excited about this new opportunity to reconnect with your partner and build a new life together, your heart also longs for the good old days when the kids were around. They filled the house and they also filled your heart. So it's about rediscovering yourself and embracing new opportunities. So because finally it's time for you, and that should be celebrated. You might be excited about finally having time to focus on yourself, your health, your well-being, your happiness. After all, when was the last time you had time for me time? You've been so busy raising kids and caring for their needs, putting your needs on that back burner. So it's starting to sink in now that as an empty nester, there's more time for you, and that's kind of exciting. So, should you think about downsizing? This is one of the topics that comes up after the kids are gone. The thought had crossed your mind many times, and you even said to your spouse, when the kids leave home, maybe we should downsize. And now that you have time and you have your house back, you're going to have unused rooms, and you want to say, do you really want to take care of them, waste that money on the upkeep, or do you want to use that time and money to travel more, to go visit old friends, make new ones? So it's really starting to sink in now. So as empty nesters, you'll have more time and freedom to do the things you've been wanting to do. but you didn't have time when the kids had such busy schedules. Having more time also means more time to exercise, get fit, maybe take up golf or pickleball or tennis, whatever it is that you want. Maybe you'll have more time to go back to school, to start a new business that you've been thinking about, or maybe you'll have more time to declutter the house, to let go of the things that you never use anyway, and they're just taking up space. So the more you think about it, you kind of like being an empty nester after all. Sure, you're going to miss the kids, but they're ready to start a new life. And guess what? So are you. So you can now look forward to new opportunities to live, to learn, to grow, and to develop a whole new relationship with your child, who's now an adult child. You know they're going to be just fine, and so will you. So if you are an empty nester, let me know how it's going and what your biggest challenges are in the comments section below. And if you've already experienced the ups and downs of being an empty nester, please share your best tips for those who might need a little wisdom and encouragement during this period of transition. Hope this helps.